And Alba, thank you for your patience. I'm now going to make you. Thank you, bro. Now going to make you the presenter, and I'm looking forward to hearing your voice for the first time. And you can share your screen. And F.A.C.E, welcome Alba Puerro, live from Spain. Hi, Alba. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us on a busy ECB day. Appreciate you taking. Yeah, appreciate you taking.
You invited me the most complicated day. Also, we have the crude oil inventories at 4:30 here in Spain.
Okay.
4:30.
All right.
Almost 1 hour and a half. So it's a complicated day, but we'll try to look for some interesting sceneries. I don't know if you.
Okay.
All right. Can see my screen.
I can see your screen. We're looking at the Aussie. Before we get to the markets, Alba, it's always interesting to our viewers and our community, because everyone starts somewhere, and to hear about our guests, journey. For example, how you ended up becoming a trader, getting into the business. How were you introduced to it? Did you have mentors? Why don't you tell us a little bit about?
I was introduced by a colleague, and we were working at the office. I worked in a company, an international company, and he said, "Hey, yo, Alba, do you know about the stocks?" And I said, "Yes, I know about stocks, But in that time, he showed me, well, the Spanish markets, how the stocks were moving, and I saw one of them that was moving up 4%, and I said, what if I put, for example, my savings here, for example, 10,000 euros, I was gaining right now 400, and he said yes, and immediately I opened a trade account with my bank.
Okay.
And began to trade with my real money. I didn't start with demo accounts. I was very risky, and I didn't know at that time that I was getting so risky. But that there are things that with the time, And after a long time trading with stocks, I began to know about Forex and all the indexes in CPDs,
Yes.
And I began to work like that. I had a lot of study, technical analysis. I remember arriving from work and beginning to study until 1 in the morning or 2, and trade, and there was a long process. I also had one mentor, but that mentor showed me the things that you should not do in markets. So I decided to take my own way, studying also the world waves, and I have prepared.
So you're self-taught. You're self-taught, Alba.
Pardon?
You taught yourself. You're self-taught.
Yeah, my self-taught. Yeah.
Yeah. So you went into it, and you decided to learn yourself by trial and error. Yeah. Were there any books on technical analysis, or
I've studied John's G1P, and the Wolf Wave figure, the Wolf Wave pattern, and I have some Wolf Waves over there, and daily movements. I swing trading, because I worked and I couldn't be in the computer all the time, so I needed to take movement or trades in higher time frames.
Right.
1 hour, 4 hours, and so on. So this is my trading style, and all the charts I'm going to show you are 1 hour, 4 hours, or daily, to see some sceneries. Okay. I have listened to your colleagues Grega, Horvath, and Stylianos, and I agree with them with some things they have said. I hope you understand the charts. They are clear, and if you want, Dale, I can share them by Twitter, and maybe in the next days we can make them a follow or a tracing to see if the price have reacted in the zones, or to have
Sure.
to see how
Sure.
they
Plus, everything you say here today is also on the record, because we videotape this as well.
Okay,
So,
as you wish, as you wish. I think right now or lately I put them on
okay.
on
All right.
Twitter.
So why don't we go start with your setup and things that you put on your chart. Obviously, you don't trade naked. It looks like you have some new moving averages. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have two moving averages. I work a lot with them. They are the exponential, the 50 exponential moving average is this one. It changes the color when we have a candle closed above it, it's green, and when we have a candle closed below it, it's red. And this is the 200 simple moving average.
Okay.
And also some prices.
Why exponential on 50 and simple on 200?
Yeah, because all this time I have been testing some moving averages, all different, but the 50 moving average reacts very good, the price with it, and it gives me a great roadmap. If the price is above it, I can now look for you know, Fibonacci, bullish Fibonacci or bounces, and if it's rejecting it, I look for patterns like this one. This is a twister top, for example, and it reacts very good with the 50 exponential moving average. Once again, don't believe me, and if the people is watching us don't believe anything, just put your own moving averages and test this by yourself. But right now, for me, the 50 exponential moving average is a good guide for me, and the 200 simple moving average is in higher time frames. It's a good zone to expect reaction of the price, and also to take to close partially, for example, the trade. For example, I was
all right. So you would use the 200 for a level to take profits on shorts.
Yeah,
not only looking for
to manage the positions. Yeah. And to expect some reaction of the price. So we begin with Aussie dollar because I think we have a very special situation with it. In the weekly chart, you see it has rejected the 200 moving average. Right now it's in the 50 exponential moving average. It's also
kind of a bearish
level. Pardon?
Yeah. Okay. Halfway back from that way.
It concludes. And in daily, we had also various divergences, and we have here another Fibonacci level is rejecting, is 38.2. I work, Dale, these three levels for rejections or for bouncings in case of bullish.
Okay.
38.2, 50, and 61.8. The 50 is not a Fibonacci number, but I have it in mind because, as the Dow theory says, one movement moves or corrects the 50% of its initial movement to continue with it. So I have it as a relevant level. So this pair has an interesting movement first until this support that was a resistance, that was a strong resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once it breaks it, but it's not. We should see or look for various targets for lower targets. If it breaks the 2000 moving average that is now stopped in it, maybe it can make a pullback to the support broken, and then back again. And at 4 hours, this is a wolf wave. This is a wolf wave.
Oh, a wolf wave. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And also it concludes if we.
You avoid the wolves in Spain, though, right?
Pardon?
you avoid the men that are wolves in Spain, though, right?
The Bill Wolfe?
You know, men that are like wolves, you avoid them in Spain where you live, right?
I'm not understanding.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a dumb joke. Anyway,
okay.
I'm interested. What you have on the bottom of your chart, is that a MACD at the bottom of your chart?
It's a double MACD. It's a double MACD.
Okay.
It is. So MACD is one of long term, which is the blue one, and the fastest ones are these two. And okay. I used to work with the MACD configured in 9, 18, and 9, not 12, 26, 9. You know, 9, okay. 18, and 9 to see divergences. They give me faster divergences, so I look for it. And this one, we will confirm the bear trend when the blue one, the slowest one, going below zero, goes below zero, and now it's on its way. So this will be a very target for Aussie dollar if it confirms the bear trend, making a pullback to the support. Now it's resistance and going down. Okay.
Okay, do you use the crossovers on the MACD as triggers or just?
No, not necessarily, because MACD itself is a slow oscillator. Just I look for it to confirm it.
Okay, so it's like a confirmation to your other work.
Mm-hmm. This is New Zealand dollar. It has a similar situation with Aussie, and I had this first one with this second very impulse, but it must give us a third very impulse.
And these boxes are what, measured moves or wolf waves? These
are just impulses and corrections, and I work with Fibonacci. I don't have wolf waves here in New Zealand dollar.
Okay.
You will see I have another wolf waves in another pairs we'll talk about, but right now in New Zealand dollar I only see this target. It reacts very fast and it's almost on target, so it was a very wolf wave. If it breaks this level, we will see an horizontal 0.4 in 0.6675 more or less. But right now we'll see.
What is that for? Is what you labeled for? What is that? Is that an Elliott wave?
It's a target. It's a target that we should use if the price goes into the wave again. There are some dilatations, but if in the short term the wolf wave is still on the screen, we should look for this target. And I work these wolf waves not as the original target that as Bill Wolfe said, because Bill Wolfe said the target should be the join of 0.1 and 4, but I don't consider it in the short term. These targets are tradable, so I calculate another targets for the wolf waves. Okay. Let's see Brent. That right now, I told you in 1 hour we have the inventories, the crude oil inventories. So try not to trade right now, but I have marked here a strong resistance. It's daily resistance, and the only thing we have to do is wait for a reaction of the price in this zone. If it reacts at short, I'll open shorts if it makes a pullback and loses the 50 exponential moving average. That will be a good short.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it breaks upper, then I'll wait for a throwback and consolidate the breakup. So right now we have only the zone to look for it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's go to the
you're ready to go either way depending upon price action.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Got it.
be careful because we have the inventories right now, so be careful with
Okay.
that because they always calculate a lot less than the inventories after the sale. So
Okay. So now you've moved the cable. Yeah.
The British pound USD, I have a bullish wolf wave in weekly chart, but it will take a lot of time to get there. The target, the bullish target, it's in 1.4180. But it can, you see this bullish channel is very perfect. Yes. If it breaks it, we only just put the wide of the channel, but it will be okay. You know, if the, I don't know if I can draw here, Dave, 1 second. No, 1 second.
Take your time. Okay.
If it breaks out, but it bounces before 0.5, before I mean upper 0.5, it will be okay. We just put the.
All right. So your long-term bias is bullish. You're open to it breaking this up channel, but you're expecting a higher low even if that happens.
Yeah, in the long term, yes.
Got it.
But in the short term, maybe it can break the channel and it would be okay. It will be healthy. It's okay. In a bullish trend, it can go back here. And maybe when it gets over here, I will look for some long positions in the British pound USD.
Very nice look. Thank you.
Erase. I have the euro dollar, and this is one of the scenarios that you have talked before, or Stylianos. I don't know who Stylianos or Grega, but I am the things relevant with euro dollar. I have see here in euro language it's a shoulder, head and shoulder figure.
Yes.
It's, you know, it's a figure of change in trend when the trend hasn't changed in a time to consolidate to change the trend, but the figure is consuming time, and I don't like it because I would like a more perfect figure. But anyway, this is the support. We should look if it breaks, and at 4 hours I'm going to put here the 200 simple moving average, and as you can see, it rejects. It has rejected 1, 2, 3, and 4 times.
Yeah.
This candle was because of what Draghi said. Right. So, but these are the levels we should see in euro dollar. If it maintains below 1.1827, we will look for an attack to the support, and if it breaks it, I should look for this is
a measured move to like 1.
Yeah, measured move. Maybe we should look for first to 114.5, something like that. Okay. But anytime it will give us a strong reaction. So if you don't like the figure because it's consuming sometimes the second shoulder, I don't like it. It's in the limit right now, or in time. It's almost. You
don't like it because there's no time symmetry. Is that what gives you pause?
It's like a dirty figure. I would like more. Well, in daily it's cleaner, but it's a dirty figure because has attacked a long time to the 200 moving average. So This will be
in
the short term. In the short term, the two levels we should watch for euro dollar. Now you see it has breakout the 50 moving average and it's rejecting right now. So I will look for 1.168 to the support, and then we'll see if it breaks it. If it breaks and make the pullback and then a bearish pattern again. So this will be what I see.
And there's your 200.
Pardon?
Near the target. There's your 200.
Yeah, it concludes. And as the time advances, maybe the 200 moving average gets higher and will conclude the two targets. So it's okay. It's a nice target for a medium or long term. And also the DAX index is going higher right now, and the movements.
I have a question, since it's your native country. It's coming from the audience, the community. What's your view on what's happening with the Catalan situation there?
With Catalonia? No, Dave, don't make me those questions in public.
You don't want to talk politics? It's fine.
I objective think that Puigdemont doesn't make right things, and he wanted to put a referendum, yes or yes, and he made it bad, I think. And now the government has said that it's going to apply the 155 article of the Constitution, and well, they are talking, and right now Puigdemont, I think the latest news, I'm not sure because I was preparing all this, but he's going back, so that would be a good thing for our Spanish index. In fact, it grows, it makes a bullish movement right now, and I think also that will give the DAX or the European indexes a bullish movement, a little smaller than us.
Okay.
But it's complicated, the situation in Catalonia. Yeah. It's very complicated.
Everywhere in the world, politics are complicated. So I could tell you prepared for this interview, Alba. A lot of great looks. And was there anything that you wanted to? Oh, you're going to the S&P here? Yeah,
because Greg analyzed it right now before the S&P 500, and I agree with it. I don't control Elliott waves, but I have studied this pattern, the bump and run reversal. You know what it is? It's a technical analysis figure that was included in 1997 in technical analysis of the stocks and commodities by Thomas Wolkowski, and it's a pattern that you only have to see it in daily, weekly, or monthly charts. Only in daily, weekly, and monthly charts. And it says that the first part is the lead-in. It's a normal trend, bullish trend. One second. Okay. Right. It's a normal. The speculation is normal, and the prices grow in a normal way. And it says that it has to be an angle. I'm sorry. Of 45, below 45 degrees. It's almost 20 degrees. It's okay. And then it begins the bump. The bump is a bullish trend. It's a stronger trend. It's the second phase of this figure. The growth is strong, and it's combined with a lot of volume. And the angle for this phase is between 45 and 60 degrees.
Okay, that's your okay. That's that line.
47, more or less.
Yeah.
So what is this figure for? This is only a guide. We have here the directive or the bullish trend. And if the Dow Jones break this trend, break it, I'm going to draw. Right now, we are not going short and we are not expecting to break it. Let the Dow Jones grow and grow, but if it breaks this line, there goes the run phase, bump and run reversal. This is the leading.
Then it's over. If it breaks that 47-degree line, then it's over.
Yeah, when it breaks this one, the target is the leading. So I have identified this pattern, and now we should see the price reaction. But do not.
That's the part. See?
Do not.
I learned something from you.
Yeah. Thomas Wilkowski.
And you're.
We had this pattern. I'm going to show you in the French index. Are you seeing an image of CAC 40?
I'm still seeing the Dow.
Okay.
US 30.
Okay.
I'm still seeing the US 30.
Okay, I'm going to show you right now here. For example, in that, we have this one.
Okay.
This figure. This is weekly. This was the leading, and this was the bump phase. So when it breaks it, there goes the run phase until the leading. So this figure is only in daily, weekly, and monthly charts. This figure. Okay.
Yeah, you use a telescope for this, no microscope.
Okay, Euro British pound. To end, I'm going to end with Euro British pound, and let's see the USD yen and the Euro yen for some interesting movements. I used to combine Fibonacci with the wolf waves, and right now the Euro British pound has a very wolf wave in daily. It has reached the target, you know, the 4 horizontal. It has reached, but if it continues respecting the various trend line and it breaks 0, it has a lot of probabilities to reach 0.844. So this is my very target for Euro British pound. Is daily. It will take time, but we have a roadmap here. And for USD yen, I don't know if my colleague said there was a kind of triple top. It says a triple top in your language? Triple effect. Okay. But we must have a clearest reaction. If I put here, okay, I'm going to put 50 exponential. It's over here. So until this reaction isn't clear, I won't open shorts in USD yen, because USD yen goes a lot with the indexes, and if Dow Jones is going higher, maybe USD yen won't be so weak to try to open shorts. And also in the reaction of the resistance, here we had a bearish pattern, for example, or here this is a bearish pattern also, but in this time the reaction wasn't so clear. So I'll wait until it makes a lower maximum, as you said, or maybe it loses the 50 exponential moving average, because we have a lot of way to the targets. We are over here in 105, 104, and 103. So we had a lot of time to think about the shorts and take short. Now this figure has give us 900 pips, but now it's stabilizing in this level. But if
Okay,
we
so
look for,
yeah, so you're either going to wait for a breakout over that resistance or
no. If it breaks out, I won't open longs. I will wait for, if it turns down, for reopen.
Okay, so you favor short, but it has to take out your orange line. Is that correct?
Yeah, maybe if
Okay.
it turns again with a clear pattern, like a scissor top, something like that, it's okay. Until the 50 exponential moving average. But if it breaks it, I will leave them to swing.
Okay.
And
All right.
I will end with Euro Yen, because here again we have another very small wave, and the targets, well, the first target you see, I always wait for the, if I have entered, I have not, because I waited for the data of the BCE, but right now it's attacking the 50 exponential moving average. If it moves, if it break it and make something like that, or we can at the next lower high, if we can put any Fibonacci here to see if it's rejecting any relevant level, I will look for this area.
Okay, I agree with that.
And that's
not that it matters, but what a great presentation, Alba.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it.
You know, I want to give you some time to. Do you have a business model where you teach or provide signals, or?
No signals, no, Dale. Signal is a forbidden word for me.
Okay.
I have a project because another trader, I am a retail trader, Dale. I don't feel myself like a pro because I only trade my own money, and it's enough for me. And
well,
another
to me, that's a pro. So why don't you start considering yourself a pro? Because you are.
No, I don't know, Dale, because right now, with all the things I know and all the things I've suffered and everything I've passed in the markets, right now I'm doing it well, and I'm getting paid, okay, by the market. But anything can change tomorrow, and everything that goes well with you right now, all the figures that works good, maybe they won't. So
you're right.
Me,
well,
the word pro is, I don't know.
All right. Well, the difference between pros and amateurs are pros know how to lose. And your presentation to me, you could reject it, is a professional presentation. I want to thank you so much. I could tell you put some time and energy into edifying our community today. I learned about this bump and run thing that I never heard of before, and I'm so happy that I reached out to you on Twitter, and even happier that you accepted our invitation to be our guest today, Alba.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
our project.
I hope that, so I hope pips might continue to rain down on you. And
sure.
How long have you been trading FX now?
Almost 6 years, Dave. But trading, as I said, with my money, with no demo accounts. Right now, here's the IC Market demo account, because I once went real with them. This is an Australian broker, and for me, it's one of the best data providers. But when I passed money to the trading account and retired, the bank commissions were huge, and I had to close all my trade accounts with them. But I maintained the demo because they don't close overnight. The moving averages were good. The data is very good and very fast, so I maintain it. I work with another Spanish broker. Okay.
And people could follow you on Twitter at Albita Mix. Albita Mix. Did I say it wrong?
Yes. I normally post analysis, scenarios, and I and some English people follow me, but I usually or normally forget to put the things in English also. But I think my charts are very clear to very, I know,
Yeah,
to see the targets, to see the market intention. And if anybody has any doubts, just ask me whatever they need, because I'm going to answer them.
okay.
And well, the project you said, a retail trader called me and said that he was reading my blog and that he felt like me, like a trader, daily trader, because I don't think traders are between Ferraris and all the money all the time. I feel day trading as a very lonely activity, and I don't feel like being a millionaire. No, nothing at all. So he felt it too, and we began to make a project, which is alaparatraders.com. It's a workspace for traders. We put scenarios like this one, for example, and maybe if you're in the room, you said, yes, because I have, for example, a very divergence, and we put in common all the strategies, and we are reading the market continually. We have all the products, stocks, forex, indexes. And
you want to show that? Do you want to show that? Your project?
I don't know if I can show that, because I tried before to show you the bump and run reversal, but it doesn't let me. So I'm not going to show you here. Maybe later I'll put a tweet and you can retweet it for the people if they want to visit it.
Put a link up, and I'll get the word out about what you guys are doing.
Okay. And that's my project, but they're not signals. The people went there to learn, because we share different strategies like wolf waves, Fibonacci, price structure, and we work daily there.
Yeah.
So
it's not easy. It's hard work.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's hard work.
And I could tell you have a great work ethic, and I'm happy to now call you my trading warrior sister. Thank you. You are a warrior, Alba.
Yeah, I know, Dale. I know I am. I don't know how we survive, but I am. Yes.
Yeah, you don't quit. You have perseverance, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And you're always welcome here in our community anytime to drop by. If you feel lonely, if you ever feel lonely, drop in and say hello. And thank you once again for your presentation. It was excellent.
Thank you, Dale, for inviting me. It has been an honor. And anything you need or anything the audience needs, just make a tweet or send me an email, and it will be a pleasure to answer it.
Thank you. Everyone, thank Alba for her time. And
I don't see the chat, Dale. I cannot see the chat. Or is the chat there?
Yeah.
The chat is blocked for me. I don't see the.
Oh, because you're the
questions or something. I don't see the questions.
Yeah, Zia, everyone's thanking you, Alba. Gary, Zia.
Thank you for.
We're all thanking you. So we'll see everyone tomorrow for TGIF. Good hunting the rest of the ECB day. Alba, pleasure to know you. I'm glad our paths crossed.
Pleasure is mine.
And Richard, everyone's thanking you, Alba. Have a great day. Good hunting, everyone. And remember,
you too.
Yeah, remember, even if you're trading well, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. We'll see everyone tomorrow for TGIF.
Yes.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Alba. See you.